Okay, good morning. Good morning. This is 11/6/2023, Monday morning. Uh, Doing a quick little recap of last week. Didn't get to that on Friday, and then a little preparation for the upcoming week. Real quick, upcoming week, pretty jam-packed news schedule. You'll see high impact news. Really, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we have a couple 2-star 10 a.m. Those are little setups I like to take around that anyway. Fridays. That'll be something to note as well. But so we have the PAL speaking twice, 9:15 on Wednesday and 2 p.m. on Thursday. If I had to guess, PM session on Wednesday and the AM session on Thursday will be probably pretty brutal and probably treated like FOMC. Let him speak and do his jawboning. I don't know that I'll necessarily even engage around that. Same with Wednesday morning. Powell can bring some craziness to the market, so it may just be best to avoid that altogether. Tuesday, high impact news early. We've got the Fed 10 a.m. Given the structure setup of this, 10 a.m. and noon, would not be shocked to see 10 a.m. be a move that pushes us in one direction. Starts maybe a one direction move for the next 2 hours into the lunch hour before we see some sort of reversal or stop run from this FOMC speech here. So tab by tab here, seasonality real quick. We just completed to me what looks like a quarterly objective here, quarterly shift, 1st of October or August, 20-day liquidity grabbed, retracement, consolidation, delivery before the 40-day grab, push a little further, retrace, and bang, 2 days after the 60-day. 60-day look forward, we take this 60-day look back liquidity and very strong reversal. To me, I am treating this as a quarterly shift until proven up. Basically until, unless we see price get below here, which I'll get into later, this zone kind of. So this is what I am looking for in the future here. I'll look for this. This seems to be the next target. I don't think on this week necessarily, but before the end of the month, 30th, this is an area we can see purged here. 40-day and 60-day are right for one another. This is where these equal highs are where I'm drawn to. And that's at the moment where I believe is going to be our higher time frame draw. So sometime before the end of January, I think we'll get back up here. Could be even sooner. But we'll see. One thing at a time. For right now, this is where I didn't mark this out on NASDAQ either. But okay, Forex, dollar, breaking down out of the consolidation. Buy side imbalance here lost. It up. Market back. Failing here, losing below here. Right now we're at CE of this wick. Talked about last week. That's where I was looking. Could see a huge range day yesterday. Could see very tight today. Retracement would watch this wick here. I see price remain below there ideally. And I'm looking for these buy side bounces. This one specifically here. 103.968 here. And then this is a weekly wick, CE of that wick. If we push through, buy side imbalance, wick down, this is an area I'd watch for, I'd anticipate quite a strong reaction. Euro, CE of a weekly wick here also overlaps with an order block. This is where I'll anticipate a draw back up into here, as long as the dollar remains under CE of this wick, continues its push down lower. Australian dollar, order block here, draw there immediately. Watch that. I want to see price remain above midterm of this order block here. I think this can retrace kind of deep before going higher. GBP kind of stuck big. I'm just expecting small ranges today, tight, kind of kept up here. Maybe comes down a little lower, but leaving a buy side imbalance, which I will watch. Same thing on the euro. Any buy side imbalance left, I'll look at those as a buy opportunity. First, I would look up into this buy side imbalance here. I don't really know. I guess this here, this high that kind of sent us down, so that's an area to watch as well. Bonds, bit of a gap down. Same thing though. I'm watching here this conversion SIBI here on ZN here. I'd like to, if we pull back in here with these volume imbalances, I wouldn't be surprised to see some kind of wick down, given the action that we've seen. Then a little penny stockish. But that's what I would watch. I'd look for retracement, this to hold, and then we can start looking up towards here, like into this gap, close this gap off. Volume imbalance here. One thing to know, we do have SMT here. Lows were purged. I'm not taking that as significant yet. Now I'll take that as significant if we see this trade above sell side imbalance right here and it acted as support, act as support. If that were the case, then I'm going to start looking for these highs to get purged in. If we look on the weekly, this could just be a real quick buy side liquidity grab before we do push lower. So I'm keeping that in mind, and I'm using this here on the year as kind of my gauge because we do have relative equal lows. But if we see this act as support, I'm not going to expect these get taken yet. I'm going to anticipate that could be a future event. But if we do see it pop up here, act as resistance, and we start pushing lower, I'm watching this buy side imbalance here, and I'll be watching this buy side. Indices. So this is the draw for me. That's what I'm looking for, up here into this buy side imbalance and eventually up into this one here. NASDAQ, same thing. Looking for this to come up and get filled. YM, same thing. I went over dollar. Wanted to see price remain under 104.5. NASDAQ, we've got this balanced price range here. So I'll be we have a breaker nested within and this buy side imbalance. So this will be, to me, this is a strong buy. And ideally, we don't really even see price dip back its breaker, but as mentioned before, halfway point, nothing below there. Got to hold. ES, breaker, buy side imbalance, same thing. Balance price range here. Would like to see of this BISI here to remain untouched. Could see a wick below, especially with some of the news that we have this. Although I don't think that we're going to get that deep of a retracement this week, but anytime there's news, depending on what we're trading, you could see a wick down below, but no close below that for sure. A daily close. YM, same kind of thing. I'm looking for this SIBI balanced now to come down, hold price. I wouldn't like it to come back down here. I really like to see it hold here before we look for higher. Current day, I'm kind of anticipating consolidation. I'm not anticipating a crazy rip throughout the week, so I'll be watching these lows as somewhere to target. I don't know how deep we'll retrace, but I could see us operating within range here, something like crazy like that. I mean, you know how things can consolidate. Don't really have much to go over though. Monday, lack of news. Look at this, just terrible price action, big range on Friday. I'm not expecting much today. Same thing with ES here, tight new week opening gap as well. We're already trading around it, different than last week. I'm expecting consolidation. I'm not expecting really a retracement yet. At least the first few days of the week, I will anticipate chopping within a range here. I could see us pulling back down here, coming higher, taking a high, retracing, taking these lows, something like that. On the news front, as I went over here, we've got quite a bit of news packed on Tuesday. Fed Chair Powell Wednesday, Chair Powell, the high impact news Thursday, our news Friday. So very jam packed. No reason to trade today, I think. There's more pointing towards this being a crappy trading day than it being a day you can really pluck a lot out. God, it already looks like we're waiting for Powell. I know we're not, but yeah, that'll be that's pretty much my expectation. Right here, I could definitely see chopping between 4,300 and 4,400. Really, a 100-point range could come back and bounce around. We're coming back, maybe testing the breaker, and then launching the ripping high. I'm not 100%, but those are the levels I'll be watching, and I'll be back. Maybe not in the evening, depends on what happens today, but at the very least recapping tomorrow. So good luck. Have a good trading week.